What's going on, YouTube? So I don't make a lot of videos about pop culture topics, but I really wanted to talk about this because it's bigger than just a particular thing. This is a big issue, it's a big conversation, it's a big subject matter, and I want to let you guys know my views and where I stand on it. So I want to talk about Caitlyn Jenner, right? And I want to talk about everything that Caitlyn Jenner is and stands for. This is bigger than just one person. This is a huge issue, and I want to let you guys know where I stand. So there are so many people that are dealing with finding themselves and realizing who they are and going through that transformation, and the challenge of that is incredible. And to everybody going through it, I salute you, I respect you, and that's what I want you to know, is that transgender people, I'm 100% supportive of. Okay, this is my channel, and I want the subscribers and the viewers of this channel to know where I stand. And I want to make it very, very clear that I 100% support Caitlyn Jenner, and I 100% support all transgender people. I also want to talk about gay people, and I know obviously they're not the same thing, but I want to talk about gay people too. Look, if you're black, green, blue, orange, man, like, you know, it's all good. And transgender people, I got you. 100% support. And gay people, 100% support. You know, it's hard, man. We live in a world that is so much prejudice in the world, and I think we're doing better. We're doing better as a planet. We're doing better than we were before, but we still got a long ways to go, man. Look, if you're a gay guy or a gay girl, like, there's a lot of places in the world you go, they'll take your head off. You know, they'll throw you out. They'll say no. They'll close the door to you. And there's even places like that in North America, in Canada. There's ignorant people all over the planet. Obviously, in some places there's more people that are not accepting than others, but like, you're gonna find ignorant people everywhere, and it's hard. And being gay, that's not easy. Being transgendered, in my opinion, that's harder, and that's not easy. Obviously, you know. So I want to make it very, very clear that if you're gay, if you're transgendered, man, I support you 100%, and I am not prejudiced. I'm a 23-year-old straight dude. Probably there's a lot of, you know, 23-year-old straight dudes that are probably like expected to not really get it, to not be cool with it, but I'm cool with it, because listen, we're all human beings. We're all human beings. We're all here together, and I can't fucking stand it when people are ignorant and prejudiced and just spread their hatred everywhere, man. I just don't get it. Listen, I grew up in Quebec, and I'm not bashing Quebec. I'm just letting you guys know where I grew up. And back in Quebec, I went through so much racism, man. I got called a nigger. I got called a monkey so many times, man. I went through a lot of racism, right? So, and that hurt. That really, really hurt. And I'm past it now. You can come up to my face, call me a nigger, I won't even hear you. But it would be fucking hypocritical of me to have gone through all that racism and then to stand here before you and say, I hate gays, I hate transgenders, and I don't accept that. That would make no sense. Okay, look, let's not get into my ethnicity, like, specifically, but to most people, I'm just a black dude, right? So if I'm growing up in Quebec and I got people coming over to me saying N-word this, monkey this, and it hurts me, right? But they're doing that to me because of a reason I can't control. I was born this way. So if I got people coming over to me and calling me the nigger, calling me the monkey, this and that, because of how I look, how I was born, I didn't choose this, this is how I was born. It would be hypocritical of me to then not be supportive of gay people, transgender people. Why? Because they were born that way too. Now I know I just opened a can of worms. There's this whole discussion about, you know, there's so many people in the world that actually think that gay people, transgender people, choose this. Like, there's people who actually think, like, a dude turns 25 and then he's like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna decide to be gay now. There's a lot of people that think that way. They think that's what they do. They think a lot of girls, like, they graduate high school and they're like, oh, you hear about Cindy? She's decided to be gay. Listen, first of all, gay people, transgender people don't choose that. That's who they are. They were born that way. And I know, man, there's so many people that are gonna argue this. There's so many, like, there's a lot of ignorant ass people. But let me ask you a question. If you're a dude watching this right now, if you're a guy, you're a straight guy, right? You're just a straight dude like me. Let me ask you a question. Do you choose to be straight? Think about it. It shouldn't really take long, but think about it. No, you don't choose to be straight. So what the hell makes you think a gay guy chooses to be gay? What planet do you live on, man? I'm straight. I don't choose to be straight. I just am. I was born that way. Okay? And if there's a gay guy or a gay girl, they didn't one day decide like, oh, I'm gonna choose this. This seems cool. Let me see what all this is about. Some people like come out in their teens, in their early 20s, so they think like, oh, they made that decision. Like they would have known sooner, right? But here's the thing. You can't be 4 years old and know that, you know? If you're like parents looking down on that kid, observing, maybe they get a sense of it. Maybe they start to, you know, see little clues here and there. But listen, if you're a straight guy, I'm talking to the straight guy again. When you're in elementary school, like even high school, man, you're physiologically, you're growing, you're developing. You don't even know you're straight yet. You don't. There's too much happening to you. You're living. It's all happening. Your senses are on overload. Puberty, blah, blah, blah. All these things. And then eventually, maybe you get your first girlfriend. You realize you're attracted to girls. It just happens, right? You don't choose that. It happens. It's organic. But this is difficult for a gay person. This is difficult for a transgender person. Because kids are developed and raised in a world where being heterosexual, where if you're a man, you're a man, if you're a woman, you're a woman, that's the norm. That's what's expected. So it's even harder for someone who's transgender, for someone who's gay, to realize that. And if they do realize it, a lot of them, listen, why do you think there's that expression coming out of the closet? Because they feel like they have to hide. Because they know they can't come out because there's gonna be all these fucking ignorant people that don't get it. They're gonna shit on them. I can't tell you how many people I know, they came out, they said, I'm gay, to their family. And that family said, fuck no, you're not, get out. And they had no home anymore. Their own father actually said, no, I don't accept you. It's not easy. And look, the reason I'm talking about transgender and gay is because I want to cover both. And I want people to know where I stand on both. And if I'm being honest too, I mean, look, Caitlyn Jenner, as far as I'm concerned, said that she's attracted to women. So, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but she's a woman attracted to other women. To me, that means she's gay. So I might as well cover both. So if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not an expert on the subject, but I'm just letting you guys know my views, where I stand on all of this. So it's not about the Kardashians. It's not about the Jenners. I don't give a shit about the Kardashians. I don't watch the Kardashians. It's not about that. But I want to say, you know, Caitlyn Jenner, you know, I applaud you and what you've done. I think it's really, really important that somebody so famous is going through this because it's bringing light to it. You know, and a lot of people who maybe just don't even know about transgender people, now they're going to hear about it. So this is good. And it's, you know, there's going to be haters, ignorant people, but there's a lot of positivity going on right now surrounding this. But one thing that's important to remember for all the, like, you know, the regular people is that, look, the thing about Caitlyn Jenner is that you have to remember, and I don't presume to know what these people's bank accounts are like, but I would imagine Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, has a lot of money. And you gotta realize that undergoing these procedures, the hormones, the surgery, all these things, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. Like a fuck ton of money. And she has the money. So she can successfully transform. I'm not taking away from how hard it's been, and I totally applaud her. But I'm talking about just like when it actually comes to the transformation of going from a man to a woman, like visually, hormonally, and all that, that's a lot of money. And the thing is, everyday people like you and me that maybe don't have a lot of money, it's really hard to make that transformation when you don't have that much money. And that's why a lot of transgender people get laughed at, because they can't afford to do the full transformation. They can't afford to do a lot of things they want to do if they had the money. So it kind of like, you see them and it kind of looks like a half-ass attempt, and then we laugh at them. But it's because it's fucking expensive. And that sucks. I feel bad, you know? But just remember that, like, when you're finally brave, when these people are finally brave enough, you know, to go through this, like, it costs a lot of money. And if you don't have enough money, you can only do so much. So have respect, man. Understand the struggle these people go through. Don't fucking laugh at them. Not easy. Not easy. Okay, guys, my camera keeps messing up, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. But look, I want the subscribers and the viewers of my channel to know where I stand. And transgender people, I 100% accept and support. Gay people, I 100% accept and support. And all the other, you know, people in the world that are different than the norm, I accept. And look, if you're a person who's going around being ignorant, hating on people, being a bully, being an asshole, well, I don't accept you.